meteorite hit. It killed the dinosaurs. Historical fact. Men that knew how to live behind waterfalls survived. We went and lived behind waterfalls in caves, and in there oxygen was there. Other Amorites went in other directions and died. People got buried under the sand. We came back out and started to replenish the earth, and the two tribes met. The two tribes being presently known, Watusi and Pygmy, and the chiefs of those two tribes got together and formed a council called the Elohim, right? Which meant those who worked for Elo. And their job was to refill the earth and replenish the earth. They were calling themselves the spirits of Elohim. You follow that? Then we knew. Now we know nothing. Somebody took away our ability to know. Because if you look now at yourself as an individual and ask yourself, what do you really know? You don't know anything. You don't even know you're here. And if you know you're here, you don't even know where here is. All you know is this is the Catskills because they said it's the Catskills. This is liberty because they said it's liberty. They say today is Friday. Right? They told us that. How do we know? And Friday is one of the names of their gods. Everything they did, they put names, but it didn't say that. It said Adam. Whatever Adam named a thing, that was his name. That's when we knew. What happened to us? We have a case of amnesia. You understand that? As a divine being, spiritual beings, we have a case of amnesia. We don't know who we are. And we open the white man's book, he says, oh, you mean Negroes? Oh, Puerto Ricans? Oh, Haitians? Oh, Trinidadians? Oh, Panamanians? He keeps on giving us names of where we're at. He did that to another angel also. He did it to the angel Elijah. He didn't know where Elijah came from because he didn't have a mother or father and didn't want to tell you about man incarnating on the planet Earth. So they said he's a Tishbite. And then they tried to look up Tishbite, it became a place. They thought about Melchizedek. They didn't know what he was, or where he came from. They said he had neither mother nor father, no beginning of that. We don't know who he is, but he had to be a man. You follow that? Because they cannot deal with the fact that we are incarnations. Incarnate means we came from someplace else. The star Sirius out there that they talk about in the Beta star constellation is where we're looking up.
During the early part of the year, January to April, Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. The pagan Arabs worshipped it as a divinity. The fact that it is called the dog star stems back to the ancient Egyptian god Anubis. The word God spelled backwards is dog, who the pale man worships as his deity. Also, dog is man's best friend. However, the true gods are Elohim.
Why are you looking up in prayer? Tell me, where's hell?
Supposed to be.
Who taught you hell was downstairs? Well, let me tell you about a confession and teaching you about hell. In order for me to teach you there's a hell beneath us and that beings are down there, let's make the club and not fill the club with people. Let's make hell the name of a club. And let's not put any people in there and not put no music on. The first thing we'd have is a place. And that place would be called hell. Right? And the place is able to be occupied by beings. Good or bad, up or down, I don't care. I'm just talking about the place. And if I teach you there's a place called hell that people can burn in or people will be in, I'm teaching you that there is a place called hell. You with me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm confessing to something. And if I say hell is down beneath me, then I'm telling you that there's a vacant place down beneath me where some people are going to be. Those people are going to burn. They say, that's going to be hell. Up and above the fact that that's going to be hell and people are going to burn, I'm confessing that there is a place beneath you where people will go. So in the Bible, when they teach you about hell, they're teaching you about the center of the earth. But the difference is the devil is saying, that's hell, because it is to him. You see? And he makes you think you don't want to go down there, you don't want to go to Shambhala, you don't want to go to Agrata. But in that lesson of hell, Jesus was down in hell and came out in the bosom of Abraham. In that lesson, he's admitting that there is some place beneath us. See, they call it Hades, beneath us. What is the confession then? That there's an inner world. He made it hell. You understand what I'm saying? So every Christian preacher that gets up and teaches you about hell is teaching you about an inner world beneath us. Think about it. Whose world is it then? Well, Well, what does he call us? The devil. He calls us the devil. He says niggas will give you hell. Don't want them in your neighborhood. Wherever Negroes gather, there's heat. Niggas draw heat. Right? What they say about us in the Bible, wild ass of a man. We gave everybody hell. Nobody wants to live with us. We don't want to live with each other. So maybe what he's calling hell is our neighborhood. Right? And then we must be the inhabitants of the center of the earth. So when the flood came, many of us who knew where to go. So we knew to go in the earth and down to the center of the earth and there wait for the flood to subside and come to surface again and refill the earth. Do you understand that? And he came out of a sickness in us, a disease. And that disease manifests itself in what's called leproma or leprosy. You follow that? And now he has us loving the image of illness, of sickness and disease. We love his image. You understand? If someone is light and straight hair, they're pretty. Someone is dark with kinky hair or kingly hair, automatically they got to be ugly. And even if you stand there and pretend that you ain't fascinated by them white women they put on the videos, you're lying. You can lie if you want, but who you lying to? You're lying to Elohim. And that's the person you can't fool. They put light-skinned girls on television, we think they're pretty. Correct? It's going to take some serious cleansing to get us back to 9 ether. To get us back into the science of ourselves, of what beauty really is. He made beauty his image. And that is the image of the beast. It says it right in Revelation. So they took and made an image of Zeus, the god, right? And you see Zeus with long hair and a beard. And then they made a Jesus and gave him long hair and beard. And he's the image that made you love him. Love Jesus and love his mother. Who's Jesus' mother? Dinah. Again, Cleopatra, Dinah, the god they worship. They always had women up above everything they worshipped. That's why the ship was called She. You understand? The new car's called She. They hold their gun up and say, well, she really performs for me. And then they had Mary and Jesus. They couldn't be certified with God. They had to have a mother of God. Who did that? The cat worshippers. So they made synonymous with witchcraft. The cat. Who they give it to? The woman.
Made it black.
And made it black. See, I tell you, and you might not want to accept this, I tell you, give them back black. Let them have black. Why? Because of what they made black mean. And as long as we're in this country and living under his definitions, we're going to get his definitions of black in our subconscious mind. He made black bad. He made it negative. So what does it mean for us to give up the English word black? I couldn't get everybody to say Nubian, it's taking too long. Because if they would have said Nubian, we could stop saying black.